Growing up, Niki was a daddy's girl. She loved her father. Niki was very hurt when Dan turned to drinking, and she feels like he chose drinking over her. My ex-husband was a successful stockbroker. Then after being indicted on fraud charges by the Securities and Exchange Commission, he eventually drank himself to death. Niki was devastated.
When my father died, I really didn't process it at all. I think I pretty much just tried to suppress it.
I feel like Niki's never really come to terms with his death. I definitely feel like she has turned to drugs to deal with the pain of losing her father.
Well, you've been in this for 7 years doing heroin, so you got a whole lot of momentum going in that direction. You've been at this for a year and a half. You got no job. You're doing heroin for a year and a half with your fiance, and you sit at home and she goes out and turns tricks every day to get money for you to do drugs. Now, she's 7 years deep into this and may be to the point where she can't see, even remember any kind of reality. But what the hell is your excuse? What kind of man lets his woman go out on the street and sell her body for any reason, but certainly to get him drugs? How is that okay with you?
It's not okay with me.
Well, apparently it is, because she's 8 months pregnant, going out and prostituting herself.
She goes out behind my back. It's not that I allow her to do it.
Anytime this fight even starts, I mean, to be honest, he gave me an ultimatum when he found out I was using. He's given me the ultimatum before, and to be honest, maybe I would lie to him and tell him I would pick him, but I would lie to him, which is exactly what I did when he found out I was using. And what the took you? I spent all the money I had saved to take you away from New Jersey. Why are you doing this? And like I said, maybe I would have lied to him and said, okay, I'll stop, but I would have continued using. And that's what I tell him anytime he even tries to stop me. I mean, it's the truth. I'm going to go out no matter what. So it's the truth. That's the truth. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go support my habit anyway. And if now that I know he's addicted at this point, which is a terrible thing to say because it's just basically manipulating him, when I get back, I know he's not gonna be feeling well, so I'll just tell him, well, I have drugs for you too now, so, which is true. It's completely manipulating him, but
Well, this is $450 a day, so how many times are you going out a day?
Anywhere between 2 at the least, up to 5 times a day.
Have you been arrested for that?
No.
Sometimes when she gets really sick and she doesn't go out, that's when I go out and I have to find the money somehow. So even after I rob somebody at gunpoint or just rob them with a knife, just to make her feel better, so she's not sick, I have to do it.
So you guys have a gun?
You have a gun? Not anymore. Would you sell it?
Did you steal it?
Sold it for drugs to get heroin.
So you would go rob people at knife or gunpoint?
Yes.
And I'll manipulate him into doing that too, because I'll be like, well, I get all the money, I'm sick. Why don't you go get me something for once? Which I know I'm completely manipulating him, but I do it anyway.
I told you it gets worse.
Yeah, I know.